Hello friends, you are watching Slavish Cyber World. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications of our videos.
My name is Hardik Joshi. Welcome to Slavish Cyber World tutorials. Let's get started. So today in this tutorial we are going to see trick to remember Zachman framework table. As a Zachman framework is a very important concept and question related to Zachman framework are asked many times in the university question papers. So I thought to bring this trick to introduce to the students as students are finding very difficult to remember whole 36 entries of the segment framework as it is so lengthy. So this trick will surely help you to remember this segment framework. Before we begin towards the trick of Zachman framework, first let me tell you what is Zachman framework. Zachman framework is a simple concept which help to understand any particular aspect of system in its development, and it is a tool developed by system designers which is very useful in making decision about changes or extensions. So don't bother about this. If you do not able to understand, read this definition 2 3 times, you will understand surely. So the basic concept of this tutorial is to give you the trick to remember segment framework. So let us begin toward the trick to remember the segment framework. Okay, so in this segment framework, as you can see that there are total 6 columns. One is for what, one is for how, another is for where, who, when, and why. So in this, the column entries belonging to what will be having data entries only, and the column elements belonging to how will be having process entries. Means there in this column only data entries will be there, regarding data entry will be there in this column, only process entries will be there in this, and column only location entries will be there, and in this column role entry, and in this event, and in this goal and rule entry. As in there is a difference when the whole table will be drawn. I will tell you that where is the difference regarding that these entry. There are some extension which will I let you know. So let us see next row. So in this row there is a scope. So the whole scope row will be having the list types of elements. So as you can see in the all the entries belonging to this row will be having a list type entry: data list, process list, location list, role list, event list, and goal list. Okay, now let us see the next row. As you can see, there is a business model, and in this business model, the whole entries regarding this row will be consist of model. So what type of model is needed? So in this, ER model is needed. So here is one exception that we can see, that ER model. Um, Before I have, as a in before beginning this trick, I have said you that the whole entries belonging to this column will be having data. But there is a one exception, that here ER model, you have to remember that here will be a ER model, not data model. Okay. So now next column is process. In next cell there is a process model, location model. As I said you that process regarding only process entry will be there, regarding location entry, and in the row their model entries will be there. So as you can see, role relation model, event model, and goal model. Now here are two goals. Now next will be not a goal, there will be a rule. So let's see next row again. So now in this row there is a system model which are having the entries regarding diagrams. So the first column is having data diagram, फिर and second column process diagram, next location diagram, role relation model diagram, then event diagram, and then rule diagram. So here is the difference, that goal first two row will be having goal, and then the remaining row will be having rule. So in this row only diagrams suffix will be there. Okay, now let's see next row. Next row is regarding technology model. In technology model, there will be only specifications will be related entries only. So data specification, process specification, location specification, role specification, event specification. Now next, component details. Now in this component details, there is, you can see that there is also all the same entry regarding component details. So it is easy to remember. Now this last row will be different because it is a working system, as a whole completed system is what we get at last after getting the answer of all the question. So here is we get converted data. What we get? Converted data. Now how we get? By executable programs. Now where or network, so communication facility. And then who, role or people, trained people. Here trained people will be performing on the system. And then when, so business event. And then why, enforced rule. So just concentrate that in this trick you have to remember just this row. Just to go through it thoroughly, you will remember easily. Just in general, ask yourself about these WH questions and answer to this working system. You will get the remember, and you will remember it easily. So and in this as I've said you that there are two exception, goal and after that rule. This should also be considered and taken care of. And in business model there is a ER model exception. So and whole process will be same. As let me explain you again about what the trick is. That the first element of the entry will be data, as the from the column entry match this and this, data and list. As you can see, data and list. So here data elements will be there, whole only one exception, ER model. Then process related entries, process. Then location related entry, location. Then role related entry, role. Event. Then goal and rule. Consider, take care of this, goal and then rule. So and similarly in this row fashion also you can remember list, whole list, then model, then diagram, then specification, that detail, and then at last working system. So this is the trick to remember the Zachman framework. If you can see properly, you will understand and remember quickly. No need to, and you will not forget it. I sure ensure this also. You will just, you have to revise it before the paper, and see that you can remember the exceptions, and just remember these WH questions, what they are answering also. Don't write these bracket entries in paper, only write that heading, scope, under, and what, how, where, how, who, and why. So please take care of this. Thank you. This was the trick. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe, share, and like and comment. If you are having any doubt, then please leave the comment in the comment section. Thank you.